Yeah, good evening, children. Good evening. Good evening, online students. Good evening. Am I audible? Online students? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute, 1 minute. I need to check my settings. 1 second. Yeah, good evening, children. Online students, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, Florentina. Good evening, Prajit. Good evening, Raghavi. And good evening, Rishmi. Good evening. Ready for the test? Ready for FA2? 10th standard students? Ready? Madhumita, Danya, Tanishka, and Arjun. Ready, children, for FA2?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. You need to keep your cameras turned on. I forgot to mention that whenever you write a test, session, class, it's okay, but when you're writing the test, you need to keep your cameras turned on. Please do that and start the test. You have to copy the question. You have to copy, all of you have to copy the question in your long rule sheet and then work the answer. All students have to copy the question first and then do the answer. Yeah, this is your first question. Somebody's mic is enabled. Disable your mic, Florentina. You got the tablet. Online students, if you finish the first one, this is the second question. Class, this is the second question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Class, the second one over. 2, have we finished 2? You have all the questions? Online students, do you have all the questions for the second one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so presenting the third question. What about the others? Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. You'll see the second question for some more time. Yeah. Raghavi, what's the status?
Yes, ma'am, completed.
Finish the second one?
Yes.
Very good. Krishmi, are you taking the test? Yes. Okay. Have you completed the second one, the first and second one? All right. Good, good. Rajit and Florentina?
I have finished both the questions, ma'am.
Okay. Questions and the answers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Florentina?
Ma'am, I'm doing the second sum.
Second one, huh? Okay, fine. Yeah, children, this is the third question. And we have one more to go. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's time, children. 5 more minutes. Finish the third one fast. Eighth standard, all of you have learned volumes and surface areas in school. Mensuration? No? Yes, very good. Yes. No? Yes. Mensuration. Just started, huh? Not long. You have. Okay. So you omit those questions. If you're not able to try it, omit it. Louder? Yeah, yeah. 1 to 3 questions have we taken now? Take on the questions. Okay. Yeah, time of children. Got a stapler or a tag or something to fasten your papers? Yeah, staple up and give it to me. Your online students, take a picture. Take clear pictures of your answers and put it on WhatsApp for me right now. Time up. Raghavi, Florentina, Rishmi and Prajit.
I haven't finished it.
You haven't finished. Okay. Less than 5 minutes, children. Very good. Rishmi. Yeah, that question is it. Yeah, hurry up, online students. Once again. Online students, it's time. Please send your pictures. Done here. Fasten your sheets, children. It's time. Yes, Arjun, stop writing. Finish, no? Which one are you working? Louder, 1, 2, 3 or 4. Sorry?
I need to sleep.
Oh, okay. Fine. Okay, okay. There's none here. Tanishka. Children, what is your response? I've been requesting you to send your pictures. You want to say something? Raghavi? Yes, Raghavi?
ma'am. I'll do now.
Yeah, do. Krishmi, only one side? That's all, Krishmi? Rajit and Florentina, please make it fast. Raja, you just joined the meeting, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you take up FA2 after your 9th standard exams at school, all right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. See, we can see the answers. We can see the correct answers. If I get the pictures from the online students, we can see the correct answers. Please do it fast. Talk loudly. Yeah, you can tell me all the questions. No, I can talk from here and I'm audible. Yeah. Yeah, Tanya, Tanishka. You're not responding to your names. Not ready to part with the paper, is it? I'll give it back to you. Thank you. Arjun. Yeah, now take your class back, online students. So only Raghavi submitted the papers. I've not received from Prajit. Florentina, no response.
I'm walking is on.
No, stop working. It's time. Stop working. Get your tuition notebook. Let's begin today's session. Yeah, see the question, children. Find the median height. Okay, so you're given a frequency distribution. Tell me, look at the class intervals and tell me if the distribution is of inclusive type or exclusive type. Inclusive type. Why? Because the class intervals are discontinuous or not continuous. The class intervals are discontinuous or not continuous. So which means the class intervals are of inclusive type. Inclusive type. No, you don't listen to this. All right. And what is that important thing while finding median? The class intervals have to be continuous. To find median and mode, the class intervals have to be continuous. If they are not continuous, you have to make them continuous. So you know the method. All right. Now, the only other column which has to be generated to find median is the cumulative frequency column. So step 1 is to make the class intervals continuous. So that's how you begin the solution. All right. So you make the table and all that. I'm not drawing the table. I'm just writing the column. The first column, class interval. So you can say height. So when you make it continuous, tell me the class intervals when you make them continuous. Do that calculation, add, subtract, and tell me. 159.5 to 162.5. All right. So like this, we make the class intervals continuous. The second column, so the first column is a class intervals, but the thing is in the question, the class intervals are not continuous, so we make them continuous because we'll have to find median. Okay, frequency, write it as it is, the same frequencies, 150, sorry, 15, 117, 136, 118, and 14. Now the only other column, see, mean, we learned how to find mean using 3 different methods. The direct method, assume mean method, and the step deviation method. Median, we have only one formula. Okay, so median, we have only one formula. And the only other column which has to be generated to find median is the cumulative frequency column. Only one extra column has to be generated. You'll already have class intervals and frequencies in the question. In the frequency distribution given in the question, you will already have the class intervals and frequencies. The thing is, if the class intervals are not continuous, you will make them continuous. So you have the class intervals column and the frequency column. The only other column to be generated is the cumulative frequency column, CF. Write the first frequency as it is. Write the first frequency as it is, 15. Then 15 plus 117. What is it? Is it 132? Yeah, now add 132 plus 136. 268. All right. 268 plus 118. 268 plus 118. 618. Is it 386, right? 386, right? And 386 plus 14. 400. 400. Now you total up the frequency column, you will get 400. The last cumulative frequency will be equal to the total of the frequency column. The last cumulative frequency will be equal to the total of the frequency column. See, we haven't totaled the frequency column, but it should total to 400. All right. The total of the frequency column should be 400. Now, how do you generate the cumulative frequencies? Write the first frequency as it is. Then 15 plus 117, 132, 132 plus 136, 268. See, so it's like this, right? 15 as it is, then 15 plus 117, 132, 132 plus 136, 268, 268 plus 118, 386, 386 plus 14, 400. All right. That's all. This is the only other column to be generated to find median. Now the formula. Median is given by, median is equal to L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into H. So let's understand what these symbols stand for. L is the lower limit of the median class interval. So here, while finding median, we'll in the first place itself identify the class interval in which the value of the median is contained. Tanishka, are you writing the test or are you listening to this? Yeah, okay. So before we actually find mean using the median using the formula, we'll identify the median class interval. That is the class interval in which the value of the median lies. The value of the median for this distribution lies. All right, we'll see how to find that. So L is the lower limit of the median class interval. L is the lower limit of the median class interval. So what is that median class interval? Before we apply the formula and find median, we'll already identify the class interval in which the value of the median lies. So we'll find that n by 2. N we learned we understood in the last class is the total of the frequency column. Capital letter N represents the total of the frequency column, sigma F or sigma Fi. All right. So N by 2, sigma Fi by 2, the total of the frequency column by 2, 400 by 2, 200. Next, CF. CF is cumulative frequency. It's the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. Okay, so you would have identified the median class interval. The median class interval. So for against the median class interval, you have the frequency and the cumulative frequency. For every class interval, there is a frequency and cumulative frequency. For every class interval, there is a corresponding frequency and cumulative frequency. Now, what is CF? CF is the cumulative frequency of the class interval preceding, that is before, preceding the median class interval. CF is the cumulative frequency of the class interval preceding the median class interval. F, frequency of the median class interval. F is the frequency of the median class interval. So CF is preceding, F is of the median class interval into H. H is the width, the class size of the median class interval. H is the class size of the median class interval. Just a minute, children. Namnita kutunundala illappa. So H is the width of the median class interval. That's it. So these are the definitions of the different symbols used in the formula to find the median. So now the important thing is to find or identify the median class interval. So now n by 2. What is the value of n by 2? 400 by 2. 200. Now, which is the value in the cumulative frequency column, which is just more than n by 2, not equal to n by 2, just more than n by 2? 268. Children, we have to find the cumulative frequency. We'll have to first find n by 2. N by 2 is 400 by 2, 200. Now look at the cumulative frequency column. Identify the cumulative frequency, which is just more than 200. That is just more than n by 2. Yes, online students? Tell me the value in the CF column, which is just more than n by 2.
268.
265.
268, because n by 2 is 400 by 2, 200. And 268 is the cumulative frequency, just more than 200. The corresponding class interval is the median class interval. The corresponding class interval is the median class interval. So 165.5 to 168.5 is the median class interval. Now tell me, what's the value of L?
400.
What is L, Prajit? It's the lower limit of the median class interval. Which is the median class interval?
I didn't get you, ma'am. Do you see L or N?
L. Okay, L I said. Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's the lowest limit of lower limit.
Yeah. What is it? What's the value of L?
159.5.
165.5.
Sorry.
Yeah. Children, N by 2?
200.
200. CF? What did I say? Cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class.
268.
That is the CF of the median class. CF is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. 132. What is F? Frequency of the median class. 136. And what's the value of H?
3.
3. The value of H is 3. So Prajit, what is CF? CF is the cumulative frequency of the class
Preceding.
preceding the median class interval. And what about F?
136.
No, how do you explain F? F is the frequency.
Of the class interval.
Okay, it's noisy from your end. Okay, frequency of the median class interval. That's it, children. So see the answer. Please work this. Your children, online students, work this.
Yes, ma'am.
So children, what is the formula to find the median? L plus. So L is how do you identify the median class interval? What's the algorithm? What's the first step? Find n by 2. That's the first step. Step 1, find n by 2. Step 2, from the cumulative frequency column, we have to find the value which is just more than n by 2. That is step 2. First obtain the value of n by 2. Then in the cumulative frequency column, you need to find that value of CF, which is just more than n by 2. And the corresponding class interval is the median class interval. The corresponding class interval is the median class interval. So here, what was n by 2? 200. So the value just more than 200 is 268. The corresponding class interval, that's the median class interval. Okay. Done. Online students, any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. See this one again, find median, but we are not given the class intervals. Find median, we're given the mid value, that is the class marks. We're given the mid value of the class intervals, meaning the class marks and the corresponding frequency. Now we need the class interval. To find median, we need the class intervals. Mid value is fine for mean because in mean, to find mean, when you have the frequency distribution with class intervals and frequencies, you create a column called the Xi column, which has the class marks of the class intervals. To find mean, you generate that Xi column, which has the class marks of the various class intervals. So for finding mean, we don't need class intervals. For finding mean, we don't need class intervals. We only want the class marks. When the class intervals are given, what do? We create that Xi column. We find the class marks of the different class intervals in the distribution, correct? And we generate that Xi column. For mean, we don't need class intervals. For mean, we don't need class intervals. We only want class marks. So supposing we had to find mean here, very good. One job is saved. Like we don't have to find the class mark that's given to us straight away. So this is the Xi column. The first column is the Xi column, class marks. The second is the Fi column. So simply choose a method, maybe the step deviation method, and find the value of mean. But for finding median, you have to find the class interval. So how do we do that? How do we find the class intervals? What is the difference between any two consecutive class marks? What is the difference between any two consecutive class marks? One second. Yeah. What is the difference between any two consecutive class marks? 10. Okay, so 10. Divide by 2. Always 5. Now this take the first mid value, 115, right? Subtract 5. That will be the lower limit of that class interval. Add 5. That is 215. So again, the algorithm is find the difference between any two consecutive class marks. So if you take 115 and 125, the difference is 10. The difference is 10. Okay, 125 minus 115, the difference is 10. Divide by 2, 5. Okay, 5. So 115 is the class mark. Now to this subtract 5. So 110. Add 5, 120. So 110 to 120 is the first class interval. The second mid class mark is 125. The second class mark is 125. To 125 subtract 5, 120. To 125 add 5, 130. So this is the class interval. This is the class interval pertaining to the second value 125 and go on like this. So what is the algorithm? Take any two consecutive class marks. Find the difference. The difference is 10. Find half of that. 5. Now go back to the table, look at the class marks. Take up the first class mark, 115. Subtract that value 5, 110. Add 5 to 115. Subtract 5 from 115, add 5 to 115, or both to the class mark. So 115 minus 5 and 115 plus 5, 110 to 120. So like this, generate the class intervals and find the median. So you can help yourself. So using the class marks, we'll have to find the class intervals and then proceed to find median in the same way. Okay, 1 minute. Let me ask the online students this question. Listen to me, all of you. Now, supposing we have these class marks. Supposing we have these class marks. Yeah, Florentina. Generate the class intervals. What is the first step you would do?
First, we should subtract 17 and then we should add 19. So the lower limit is 17 and upper limit is 19.
No, you're wrong. Pranjit?
Ma'am, you add the class.
No, I don't. No, you don't have to explain. Just tell me. Just go. Just work it and tell. Do what is the calculation you would do?
You
don't have to explain. You tell me what you will be writing in your notebook.
10 and 20.
Raghavi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, 16.5 to 20.5.
No. First step. What is the first step?
Ma'am, first we need to find the difference of the consecutive numbers.
What is 5. The difference? It's 5. Okay, what's the next
and
step?
Divide by 2. Divide by 2, so 2.5.
2.5. Very good, yeah.
And need to 18 minus 2.5 and 18 plus 2.5.
Very good, very good. What is 18 minus 2.5?
16.5.
What is 18 minus 2?
16.
Then what is 18 minus 2.5?
15.5.
15.5. Yeah. 2?
20,
yes, Raghavi, you're right.
20.5.
Yeah. Next class interval, Raghavi?
20.5 and 25.5.
25.5. Very good, Raghavi. Understood, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Raghavi. You're right. Yes, from here, Tanishka. You're not well, Tanishka? You're not keeping well? You're fine? Okay, you look too tired today. Yeah, can you tell us, Tanishka? Step 1. $18 and $23. Yeah. What's the difference? 5. Next. 2.5. Yeah. Very good. Yes. So the algorithm goes like this. So step 1, 23 minus 18, 5. Then divide by 2. The value is 2.5. Add subtract 2.5 from 18. So 18 minus 2.5, 15.5. Add 2.5 to 18. Subtract and add to the class mark. This is the class mark. So when you subtract 2.5, you get the lower limit. And when you add 2.5, you get the upper limit. So 15.5 to 20.5, 20.5 to 25.5, and so on. Very good. Yeah, please complete this. Done, students? Finished? Online students? Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after generating the class intervals, the total of the frequency column, you can see the last cumulative frequency. We know that the only other column to be generated is a CF column, the cumulative frequency column. To find median, the only other column to be generated, apart from class intervals and frequency, the only other column to be generated is the cumulative frequency column. And you can see that the last cumulative frequency, the value of the last CF is equal to the total of the frequency column. Okay, so that is N. N is 390, N by 2, 390 by 2, 195. So in the CF column, this is the value which is just more than 195. And the corresponding class interval, 150 to 160 is the median class interval. Median class interval is 150 to 160. Now L is the lower limit of the median class interval, 150. N by 2 is 195. CF is not this one, 151 before proceeding the median class. Frequency is frequency of the median class interval. This is the median class interval, frequency of the median class interval, 116. H, the width or the class size of the median class interval, which is 160 minus 150, 10. You substitute these values in the formula and find median. Yeah. So now this is called done, children. Can we go to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now this table, this distribution is called a less than cumulative frequency distribution. This one is called a one. Now see here, this table, which has class intervals and frequencies, is called the frequency distribution table. Frequency distribution table is the table containing the class intervals and their respective frequencies. In a table, in the question, if you see a table which has class intervals and the respective frequencies, that is called a frequency distribution table. If it is a frequency distribution table, with the frequencies, you will have the class intervals. But see this table, see this one, you have the frequencies, but you have the frequencies not with the class intervals. You have the frequencies with the less than values, less than 38, less than 40, less than 42. You don't have the class intervals here. So this is not a frequency distribution table. This one is a less than cumulative frequency table or a less than cumulative frequency distribution. I repeat, there are two things, frequency distribution table and cumulative frequency distribution table. In cumulative frequency distribution table, we have two types, the less than and the more than. The less than and the more than. The less than cumulative frequency table and the more than cumulative frequency table. Less than, more than, cumulative frequency table or cumulative frequency distribution, or sometimes cumulative frequency distribution table, whatever. So when it is a cumulative frequency table, you will see the cumulative frequencies. The heading will be frequency. That's the funny part. The heading will be frequency, but they're not actually frequencies. They are the cumulative frequencies. How do you know that they are the cumulative frequencies? Because you don't have class intervals. Only when there are class intervals, they are frequencies. If they are not class intervals, if they are less than, more than values, they are not frequencies. They are cumulative frequencies. That's the difference. Here you see what? You see class intervals and some numbers. If you see the numbers along with the class intervals, they are frequencies. Finished, Bhavishya? If you see class intervals, if you see the numbers along with the numbers, I mean the frequencies. Okay, if you see the frequencies or those numbers with the class intervals, then it is a frequency distribution table. And the numbers are frequencies. Because class interval, so frequency. Frequency distribution table. This one, we have numbers, but we don't have class intervals. What do we have? We have less than values. We have less than values. So those numbers are not frequencies. They are cumulative frequencies, but the heading is frequency. It's not frequency, it is cumulative frequency. And this table is called a less than cumulative frequency table. Is it understood? Now to find median, it's fixed. You need the class intervals and the frequencies. Only then you can find the median. To find median, you need the class intervals and the frequencies. And then you need to generate that cumulative frequency column. You need class intervals and frequencies. Mostly that's given in the question, but here it's not given. So you have to generate the class intervals, generate the frequencies, because these are cumulative frequencies. So you'll have to generate the class intervals, generate the frequencies, and then the cumulative frequencies, and then find the median using the formula. Now, how to find the class intervals? We'll see that. All right. Now, if there is something with frequency or cumulative frequency 0, just take it away. Just take it away. You don't have to do this literally. You don't do this, but then just remote. In your mind, it's not there. That's not there. Now, so this is not there. All right, because the frequency or the cumulative frequency is 0. Now, the numbers which you see with the less than values are the upper limits of the class intervals. Less than values show the upper limits of the class intervals. The more than values show the lower limits of the class interval. Okay, the less than values show the upper limits of the class intervals. All right, so let's write class intervals, frequency. Now class intervals, these are the less than values, right? Then they are the upper limits. So upper limit 40, upper limit 42, upper limit 44, upper limit 46, 48, 50, and 52. These are the upper limits. The values which you see with the less than symbol are the less than, no, so upper limits, just the opposite, less, so upper limit. More than symbol, lower limit. Less than symbol, less, no, so upper limits. More than symbol, lower limits. Yeah, so these are the upper limits. So see, you can see I've written the upper limits. Now, what will be the corresponding lower limit? It has to be 38 to 40, 40 to 42. That's easy to fill. 38 to 40, correct? 40 to 42, 42 to 44. Getting that? Correct? Yeah. So 44 to 46, 46 to 48, 48 to 50, and 50 to 52. Now, these numbers are not frequencies, so you cannot write 3, 5, 9, 14 as it is. No. These are the cumulative frequency. But what's the heading? Frequency. Do not be misled. Okay. Now, these are cumulative frequencies. Sorry? Will the class interval always be in like this? Yeah, it has to be continuous. Yes. Now, when it's a less than table, write the first. Now, once we learn how to prepare the frequency table, then I'll tell you the why behind it. Now, if I tell you the why behind it, it's going to be very lengthy. I'll have to keep talking for a long time, and I think children will really lose interest because you want to know how to do this answer. So why it is like that? The why behind it we'll talk later when you're very good at making, converting this cumulative frequency table to a frequency table. When you get good at that, and then I talk about it, you will understand better. So the why behind it we'll see later. Now we'll just see how to do it. Okay, so now write the first frequency as it is. Now subtract 5 Right, see, it's like this. Write the first when it is the less than table, write the first value as it is, and then keep subtracting. Write the first value as it is and keep subtracting. So 5 minus 3. Write the first value 3 as it is, then 5 minus 3, 2. 9 minus 5. 14 minus 9. 14 minus 9. 5. 28 minus 14. Then, yeah, 32 minus 28.
4,
4. 35 minus 32.
3.
3. These are the frequencies. So see, that's so different from the cumulative frequencies. So what we have prepared now is the frequency distribution table. What was given in the question? What was given in the question is the less than cumulative frequency table. You cannot compute the median using that table. You have to prepare the corresponding frequency table showing the class intervals and the respective frequencies. Now we are done with it. How did we do it? Less than values, show the upper limits. So write the upper limits. If there is something with 0, take it away. Just ignore that. Okay, so from 40, we started writing the upper limits. Correct? And then the lower limit was easy to fill. We filled it and we got the class intervals. Now the frequencies. These are the cumulative frequencies. So frequencies. Write the first number as it is. Then keep subtracting. Don't get a negative answer. Frequency cannot be negative. Frequency is number of times something happens, and that cannot be negative. So it's not 3 minus 5 minus 2. All right, Tanishka, you're there. I'm looking at you, but you are looking somewhere. So, all right. So they write the first value as it is, and then keep subtracting to get a positive answer. Is that fine? Okay, so that's how you generate it. Now, next what? Cumulative frequency. Yes or no? That will be the same column. Now you will get this column. See, you write the first frequency as this 3. Then 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 5, 14. 14 plus 14, 28. 28 plus 4, 32. And 32 plus 3, 35. And the total of the frequency also will be 35. Now you know how to find the median. Yes. Do it, children.
Ma'am, what if the first frequency was a non-zero number, ma'am?
Yeah, then you have to, same thing. See now, like this, if it was like less than, suppose less than 38, 1, you should write that also. Then it will be, the first class interval will be 36 to 38. If it was not 0,
Yes, ma'am.
then the first class interval will be 36 to 38 with frequency 1. If the frequency was 1, the frequency will be 1, and then keep subtracting and fill the other frequencies.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, children, see, please do not copy blindly because you see the whole answer in front of you. You're working it by yourself and check with the answer you see on your screen. Please do not copy and tell me I finished copying. Take your time, understand the transition from, this cumulative frequency table to frequency table. Understand and then start working. Yes, online students finished working this. Raghavi, Rajit,
Yes, ma'am. Finished. Ma'am.
finished?
Hmm.
Yes.
Any questions? Yeah, any questions, children?
No.
No, ma'am.
Sure, no doubts? Thank you.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Now tell me, what do you call this? Is it a frequency distribution table or a cumulative frequency distribution table? Cumulative frequency. It's a cumulative frequency distribution table. Is it a less than? Yeah. Yeah. 1 second, Sahana. Yeah. So this one is a, can you see? Greater than 200 or more than 200, more than 250, more than 300. So this one is a more than cumulative frequency table. So this table shows the more than values with the cumulative frequencies, not frequencies. Cumulative. Papers. No, you be here. No, I want the paper. You sit down here. Where is he? You sit here. Huh? Oh, Lakshas. No, but if you go away, Swati, I want the papers very badly. Okay, tell me before you leave. Huh? Careful. So more than values, you can see more than 200, more than 250, and the numbers along that are cumulative frequencies and not frequencies. All right. So now these more than values reflect the lower limit. Lower limit. Yeah. So I think you can tell me. You're looking at us. Yeah, tell me, children. Online students also can participate. Please tell me. Now, first we'll write the lower limits. So what are the lower limits? 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550. Now these are not, now fill the upper limits. So it'll be 200 to 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600. Very good. Now the cumulative frequencies. The mobile number prefix 0. 0 and then. Yeah, now to generate the frequencies, subtract and write the last number as it is. Just the reverse of what we did in the earlier sum. There we wrote the first number as it is. In the less than table, we wrote the first number as it is and then subtracted. Now do the reverse. Subtract and write the last number as it is, not the first number. Start subtracting and write the last number as it is. So subtract to get a positive value. 200 minus 170, 30. 170 minus 155, 15. Fast. 155 minus 110, 45. 110 minus 90, 20. 90 minus 65, 25. 65 minus 25,
40.
40. 25 minus 15, 10. Write the last frequency as it is, as it is. That's all. So here, this is the more than More than table, more than table. So these are the lower limits. More than 200, more than 250. So these are the lower limits. More than means opposite, lower limit. And fill the upper limits. So class intervals we got. Now the frequencies. Keep subtracting and write the last one as it is. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody's come. Oh, yeah, your mother. Sorry, check. Yeah, so here, yeah, I'm done, I think. Is it understood? So these things we'll have to remember. How do you revise the sum? See, formula, applying the values in the formula, calculating, there's nothing in that. You need to remember these important things. What we just discussed. This is important. This is what you need to recall. You need to register this. Statistics திருப்பி படிக்கிறதுக்கு ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல. இத நல்லா ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிக்கணும் அவ்வளவுதான். What is there to revise in statistics? Formula இருக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் formula இருக்கு. Value substitute பண்ணி add, subtract, multiply, divide. Nothing to revise. So these things you must repeatedly இதை பார்த்து நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுருக்கணும். So அப்ப statistics படிக்கவே வேண்டாம். Leave it. அங்க ஜீரோ வராது, கீழே தான் வரும் ஜீரோ. இந்த கிரேட்டர் தென் டேபிள்ல முதல்ல ஜீரோ வராது. இந்த டேபிள்ல வந்து ஜீரோ வந்தா கீழே கிரேட்டர் தென் 600 ஜீரோ வரும். லெஸ் தென் டேபிள்ல தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜீரோ மேல வரும். More than 10, see the values are decreasing. 200, 170, 155, 110, 90, 65, 25, 15, 0. The numbers are decreasing in value. So கடைசியில தான் ஜீரோ வரும். இங்க தான் உங்களுக்கு முதல்ல ஜீரோ வரலாம். வந்தா முதல்ல இங்க. Less than table, you can see the values are increasing. So zero ல ஆரம்பிச்சு keep increasing. So zero less than table இருந்தா முதல்ல இருக்கும். More than table zero இருந்தா last one இருக்கும். Less than 600 zero. So அதை எடுத்துடணும் அவ்வளவுதான். Remove that. No, you still have some question. Okay. Now, I'm not showing you the answer. All of you find the median. Find median, all of you. Last class, I forgot to mention somebody answered well in the last class. So I'm going to reflect the name of the student who does the sum correctly on WhatsApp. Oh, why is it not seen? Yeah. The student who finishes this answer correctly first, not first. Correct பண்ணிருக்கணும். And first, his or her name will be reflected in the group on WhatsApp. Yes, go for it. என்னமா? Do it. Yeah, do it fast and tell me the correct answer. Started working online, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fast.
The median is 420.
Raghavi, is it? What's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
median?
420.
420.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me check. We'll just wait for the others to finish. Okay. Raghavi,
Yes.
420. Your median class interval?
400 to 450, ma'am.
All right. I'll just unshare my screen and check the answer. Don't see the board. That's what I'm looking at you. Don't see the board. So I just want to check the answer. Don't see this. Don't see the board. Look into your book, all of you. Sorry, Raghavi, looks incorrect.
Miss, the answer 21875.
Again,
2187.5.
2187. 2187 is beyond the values in the distribution.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Ma'am, is the answer 300?
Yes, Raja, I think you're telling. Yes, louder.
300, ma'am.
300. No.
Is it 627?
No. Florentina.
Ma'am,
Yeah. What's happening with you?
I'm doing, ma'am, I'm substituting.
Okay, your median class interval?
Median class interval 400 to 450.
Who's prompting? Somebody sitting beside you and prompting?
No, ma'am.
What's the median class interval? Come again.
400 to 450.
Is it children?
Is it 350 to 400?
What's your median class interval? 350 to 400. But why? What happened? Why? Is it difficult, Danya? Nobody's right. So far, I've not got the right answer from anyone. 8,000. When 350 to 400 is the median class, your value of median will lie in that class interval. Should lie in the class interval.
Ma'am, is the answer 325?
Not 325. 325, is it? No. Your median class interval, Raja?
Ma'am, 350 to 400.
That's right. Then you've gone wrong in calculating, that's all. You've identified the median class interval correctly. Then you shouldn't have any problem in getting the right answer.
I got as 325, ma'am.
You missed to add something. Lower limit plus some, I don't know. See, children, one thing is, look at the formula. It is L plus something. What is L? L itself is 350. Then how can you get 300 and 325? Think about it, Raja. What's the formula? L plus something. L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. So L plus something. Did you all generate the cumulative frequency column?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, it is 375. Okay, so Danya gets it right.
Can you
After a lot of efforts, Danya gets it right. 375 is the correct answer. How did it move from 8,000 and change to 3? 8,000 and big leap to 375. That's right, yeah. Couldn't get? No. Okay, so Danya, you got 375? Okay. Identify your mistake, children. See where you've gone wrong. Please see where you have gone wrong.
I got the NS 185.
What?
I got the NS 185, ma'am. So I got it wrong.
Oh.
Ma'am,
Also, please check. Yeah.
first time I went wrong because after subtracting n by 2 and c by cf, I cancelled it out as 1 by 2. And after multiplying, I did not cancel out 50 by 2, ma'am. That's why I went wrong.
Okay, calculation error.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but still you said 300 and something when it's already 350 plus.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's important that you see where you realize where you've gone wrong. And if you still have any questions, you can ask me. Yes, Madhumita, where you went wrong? It's so difficult to go wrong. It's so difficult to go wrong. Like, how did you go wrong in the part? Every 300 now. Is it possible? Okay. Sorry, apro? Oh. Okay, fine. Yeah, complete the correct answer. Raghavi, could make out where you went wrong?
Ma'am, I went wrong in the cumulative frequency, ma'am.
Oh, did you write the cumulative frequencies in the question as it is?
Yes, ma'am, I tried that, so it went wrong.
That works only for the less than table, not for the more than table. For the less than
Yes.
table, yeah, you get the same values. In the less than table, 1 minute. In the less than table, these values are the cumulative frequencies. So you can see the same numbers here. But
Yes,
it will not be the same in the more than cumulative frequency distribution. These values, these cumulative frequencies will not appear here. It will be different.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. I think we have one more sum to finish this presentation. Yeah, children, I have to finish this today. Hurry up. Done, online students?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll share. You want this one, is it? Okay, so the numbers given alongside the less than symbol. So here, children, this is the less than cumulative frequency distribution. See the board, Arjun? This is the less than cumulative frequency distribution. These are the less than values. These are the less than values, and these are not the frequencies, they are the cumulative frequencies. What you see along with the class intervals, class interval and the numbers, they are frequencies, but less than, more than values and the numbers, they are the cumulative frequencies. Whatever be the heading, don't get deceived by that. All right. Next, so with the numbers with the less than symbol, they are the upper limits. So if you write the upper limits, you can fill the lower limits, correct? And the numbers are not frequencies, they are cumulative frequencies. So for the less than table, how do you do it? Write the first number as it is. Write the first number, that's the first frequency. The first number is the first frequency, write that as it is. Then keep subtracting 5 minus 3, 2, 9 minus 5, 14 minus 9, 28 minus 14, 32 minus 28, and 35 minus 32. Like that, you get the frequencies. Then now again, you have to, generate the CF column to find median. And then the same thing. Yeah. Then n by 2. See, we know that the last cumulative frequency will be equal to the total of the frequency column. 35 by 2, 17.5. The cumulative frequency just more than 17.5. Cumulative frequency, this one. The corresponding class interval is the median class interval. The corresponding class interval is the median class interval. So the lower limit, 46. N by 2, 17.5. CF, 14. Preceding the median class interval, so 14. F is the frequency of the median class. F is the frequency of the median class interval, so 14. And H is the class width or the class size, 48 minus 46, which is 2. Here, this is the more than cumulative frequency table. So these are the upper limit or lower limit? Lower limits. These are the lower limits. So write the lower limits along with the more than values are the lower limits. So write the numbers as the lower limits and then fill the upper limits. This you can find out easily. And again, these numbers are not the frequencies, they are the cumulative frequencies. So here, how do you write? Subtract 200 minus 170, 170 minus 155, 155 minus 110, 110 minus 90, 90 minus 65, 65 minus 25, 25 minus 15. And write the last number as this. After subtracting 25 minus 15, 10. 25 minus 15 is 10. Write the last frequency 15 as it is. Write the last frequency, that is the cumulative frequency 15 as it is. Understood? Less than table, write the first number as it is and then subtract. More than table, subtract and write the last number as it is. So like this, you generate the frequency table. Median. So you've learned how to find median when the question is in 4 different ways. First one, see this. The first one, the class intervals were not continuous. So you have to make them continuous and then find the median. So that is the first situation. Class intervals not continuous, so you make them continuous and then find the median. Second type, you're not given the class intervals at all. You're given the class marks. So you learned how to find the class intervals using the class marks. So you generated the class intervals. These numbers are frequencies. The numbers with the mid values are frequencies. These are not cumulative frequencies. They are frequencies. So you know, you learned how to find the class intervals. So that is type 2. Type 3 is given the less than table. And type 4 is given the more than table. So you've learned to find mean under 4 different circumstances. That's all, only these, nothing away from this you'll get. All the 4 we have seen. In 4 sums, we have seen 4 different types. And see the 5th one now. The median is given and you need to find the values of A and B. The missing frequencies A and B. The value of the median is given to you. The value of the median is given. You don't have to find median. Median is 46. Now, which class interval contains this value 46? Online students? Someone online tell me. Tell me the class interval that contains. Yeah, again.
40 to
40 to 50. So that is the median class interval. When the median is given to you, you don't have to do that n by 2 and all that. Median is 46. So which is the median class interval? The class interval that contains the median is the median class interval. See, earlier also you should have observed that. What is the median? 375. The median is 375. And what is the median class interval? 350 to 400. The value of the median will always lie in that class interval. See here. 350 to 400 is the median class interval. And see the median, 375. You cannot get median beyond this range. Are you focusing? All of you? Online students?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Median class interval is 350 to 400, which means the answer for median will lie in this range. It can be 350. It can be anything more than 350. But it cannot be 400 also. It can't be 400 because 400 does not lie there. 400 lies in the next one, 400 to 450. You cannot get median as 400 because 400 is contained in the class interval 400 to 450. So when the median class interval is 350 to 400, the median can be 350, anything more than 350, but less than 400, not 400, less than 400. And see our answer 375. It's well in that range. And the earlier one, median class 46 to 48. And what's the median? 46.5. So if you get 50 as the median, don't be happy. Oh, I got a round answer 50. I'm right. No, you're wrong. Median class interval is 46 to 48. And you have got 50. Maybe a round figure, but you will get a round in the exam. All right, it's wrong. 50 is incorrect because it doesn't lie between 46 and 48. Everywhere you can see 150 to 160. And the median is 153.8. Florentina, what are we talking about, Florentina?
Ma'am, if the median lies in the median always lie in the class interval.
Median always lies. The value of the median, very good. The value of the median always lies in the median class interval. Very good. See here also. 165.5 to 168.5 and it's 167. So remember that. And the next thing you'll have to remember is that when the median is given, median class interval is 40 to 50. Why? Because median is 46. So median class interval is 40 to 50. So what is the value of L? 40. L is 40. What is H? 10. 50 minus 40, 10. Okay. So now we're going to learn how to find the missing frequencies A and B. How to find the missing frequencies A and B. So see here. Same as usual, find the cumulative frequency column. But be careful. 12 as it is. 12 plus 30, 42. 42 plus A. 42 plus A. It's not 42A. 42 into A is 42A. 42 plus A is 42 plus A. 42 plus A is not 42A. 42A is 42 into A. So be careful, there we go wrong. So 12 as it is, then 12 plus 30, 42. 42 plus A, 42 plus A. 42 plus A plus 65. So add the numbers, 42 and 65, that is 107 plus A. Now 107 plus A plus B. 107 plus A plus B. Now this one plus 25. So to 107 add 25, you get 132. That plus A plus B as it is. Plus 18. So 132 plus 18 is 150 plus A plus B. Is it fine, children? Am I clear, children? Online students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Now, what is that we have understood? The total of the frequency column is equal to the last cumulative frequency. The last cumulative frequency is equal to the total of the frequency column. That means 150 plus A plus B is equal to 229. That is one equation. And the other equation is from the formula, median formula. That's all. One equation is this one. 150 plus A plus B is equal to 229. That is one equation. And the other equation is using the median formula. So see here, the other one is using the formula. Our median is 46. So this is the median class interval. So L is 40. N by 2, you need the value to substitute. 229 by 2, 114.5. And then what is CF? Preceding the median class interval. This is the median class. So before that, 42 plus A, CF. F, frequency of the median class, 65. And HS, you know that. Substitute in the formula. Substitute and yeah, you should understand that. I'm not helping you with that. Just start work. It's time, so I'll do one thing, children. I'll share these pictures with you. It's 9:10 already. I didn't notice. So the fifth one, this one completely I'll share it on WhatsApp with you. Please finish it at home. We'll discuss that. Remind me, okay? We'll just discuss this in the next class. You can finish it by yourself because there's just, substituting and working. So test in the next class, including this sum. Test in the next class, including this. You should try to understand because just calculation, linear equations. All right, students. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the call. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prajit, Rakavi, Rishmi, Florentina, and Raja. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, children. Thank you. Yeah, tell me. Oh, yeah, one second.